There is a reason your strongest desires so often leave no mark on your life. It is not because you lacked passion. It is not because the world refused you. It is because what you call desire never descended far enough into your nature to become law. And until it becomes law within you, it cannot become fact outside you. You may think you want something with all your heart, and perhaps in the moment you do, you feel it intensely. You picture it vividly. You speak of it with conviction. For a few hours, sometimes a few days, your whole inner world seems arranged around that one aim. But then life touches you. But then life touches you. A delay, a doubt, a distraction, and suddenly that powerful desire begins to thin out, like smoke in open air. It doesn't disappear all at once. It weakens. It negotiates. It becomes optional. And that is the moment everything is decided. Because what you experience there is not failure. It is exposure. Exposure of a deeper truth. Your desire never reached the level where your mind obeys automatically. There is something within you, silent, consistent, almost mechanical, that does not care what you wish. It only responds to what you repeat. It does not measure intensity. It measures familiarity. And that system is running your life. Most people live believing they are guided by conscious intention. But if you observe closely, you'll notice something unsettling. Your actions are not aligned with your highest desires. They are aligned with your most practiced patterns. That is why two people can want the same thing with equal intensity, yet move in completely different directions. Because one has trained their desire into habit, and the other has only visited it. The difference is invisible at first, but over time, it becomes everything. Inside your mind, there is a process constantly shaping your reality, not through dramatic decisions, but through quiet repetition. Every thought you return to, every emotional reaction you rehearse, every mental image you revisit, these are not isolated moments. They are instructions. According to the principles found in works like thought is not passive. It is a form of energy, a vibration that tends to reproduce itself and attract similar patterns. But here's what is often misunderstood. A single thought has almost no power, but a thought that becomes habitual becomes a force. Because repetition does something subtle. It removes resistance. It makes the unfamiliar feel natural. It turns effort into default. And once something becomes default, you no longer need to decide it. It begins deciding for you. This is where desire either transforms into reality or dies quietly. Most desires never fail because they are impossible. They fail because they never become automatic. Think about it. If every day, without exception, your mind returned to the same vision, not with forced motivation, but with calm certainty, if your behavior aligned with it without internal debate, if your emotional state supported it instead of contradicting it, how long could that desire remain unreal? It couldn't, because at that point, you would no longer be trying to achieve it. You would be expressing it. But here is the hidden conflict. Your conscious mind chooses a desire. Your subconscious mind chooses what is familiar. And when those two are not aligned, the familiar wins every time. This is why people sabotage what they claim to want, not because they are weak, but because their internal system has been trained in another direction. And training does not respond to occasional effort. It responds to consistency. This is the part most people avoid. Because it is not exciting. It does not feel powerful in the moment. It does not give immediate results. But it is the only path that works. To take a desire and install it so deeply into your mind that it becomes part of your identity, not something you chase, something you operate from. When a desire becomes a habit, something strange begins to happen. You stop questioning it. You stop negotiating with it. You stop delaying it. Your thoughts begin to organize around it. Your actions follow without resistance. Your environment starts to reflect it, not by magic, but by alignment. You begin to notice opportunities you once ignored. You respond differently to the same situations. You persist where you once retreated, and from the outside, it looks like luck. But internally, it is structure. This is the real law at work. Not that you get what you want, but that you get what you consistently embody. And if you're honest, you already know this. Because there are areas in your life where you don't struggle, not because they are easy, but because they are habitual. You don't need motivation there. You don't need reminders. You don't even think about it. You just act. Now imagine if your deepest desire reached that level. Imagine if it was no longer something you hoped for, but something your mind returned to automatically, your behavior supported naturally, and your identity accepted completely. Would it still feel distant, or would it begin to feel inevitable? This is the shift most people never make. They keep trying to intensify desire. Instead of stabilizing it, they chase emotional peaks. Instead of building mental consistency, they want transformation without repetition. But the mind does not work that way. It does not respond to what you occasionally feel. It responds to what you repeatedly live. So the real question is not, how badly do you want it? The real question is, have you trained your mind to return to it, even when you don't feel like it? Because the moment your desire becomes something your mind defaults to, it stops being a wish and starts becoming your reality.